Hey y'all, it's Ale. If you're new here, I have a podcast called Relate with Ale, and it's published on Spotify and on Apple, so please follow. My main goal is to provide advice for mainly all my girlies out there. If the men wanna, join in, they can. Um, but my new goal, is to add more YouTube videos on this channel, and I really wanted to talk about relationships. I have an email address which I'll leave in the comments below, or here too. And I made the email address so that way you could provide your thoughts, your comments, questions that you guys might have, any like tea spilling. Y'all, if y'all are hip to the tea app, go ahead and submit those submissions to my email address too, so we can talk about that, because that is actually insane, crazy. Um, what else? Okay, but today I wanted to touch base on another topic, and that is how to build a healthy you as a woman. And my first and main question of the day is, what does that look like to you? So I'm going to base this off of a couple of bullet points that I put together, and what that looks like to me internally based off of experiences and like perspectives, and also things that I've learned from other girlies too. Yeah. So, number one being, you have to be confident in yourself, and that's something that I think is more so taught than anything. I say this because my mom, she instilled confidence in me at a really young age, and I say this because her and I were talking about it recently, where she thought I was gonna be like an introvert forever, and I was really shy growing up. So every time she would introduce me to somebody new, or like her coworkers, or like her friends, or whatever, she she would take note that I would go behind her leg and like hide, like like one of these, and she was like, "Yeah, no, we're not having that." So I'm so grateful to her though, because I think that, yeah, like, I mean, it is a part of my personality here and there, but I know how to regulate it a lot more at this age. So back to the confidence. I can provide like two examples where my mom put me in a modeling camp. I think I was like in fifth grade. And during my time at the modeling camp, we learned how to apply makeup, we learned how to, do hairstyles, we were around other girlies, and that really helped build confidence in me, because I was making friends, I was learning how to talk to other women or girls at the time, since we were so young. And we were all like preparing for a goal, which was a great like way to build us up for something great, to like mentally prepare us to like face our fears, type of thing, because I know that at that time I was really scared to walk the runway. And now that I think about it, I'm like, I'm ready for a runway. um so yeah, okay, but back to that age, I I didn't really think twice about it. I was just going through the motions, and I'm glad, because like with that consistency, it taught me that like I can show up in a room and just be like proud of like the way I present myself and like how I carry myself. yeah. Another example is when my mom put me in a cheerleading program at a really young age. And my mom was actually my cheer coach. And there was a time where I was like, Mom, I don't want to be here anymore because I wasn't getting the cheers, the chants, or the dance routines. And the goal was to perform like at a local neighborhood parade. So there were about like 50 girls, and like all of us with the same uniform, different levels. There was like this big megaphone, and there was gonna be a girl at the top of the megaphone. Damn, I really wanted to be on top of that megaphone. Me thinking so big at a young age, that's crazy. But I wasn't getting my cheers and chants and like my dance routines. So like, slow down, little girl. And yeah, so I was telling my mom I wanted to quit, and she was like, She's like, no. She's like, I'm your cheer coach, number one, and then also like I paid for you to be here, so you better show up and you're not quitting. My mom never liked the fact that I was so quick to like want to quit something, and I like looking back at that, I'm like, why did I think like that? It's crazy. So, because now, like, okay, reflecting back on that, it's helped me in the present, in my present basically, where if I'm going through something that I think is challenging, or there's like a phase where I'm like facing adversity that could be at, the work environment or something personal, I know how to like consolidate my thoughts and my feelings, and it gives me an outlet to think more logically about it, so I don't have to end up quitting like it did at a younger age. And to kind of just wrap it up, I think that confidence definitely is about how you carry yourself, and presentation is key. And you shouldn't allow others to take control of your emotions. I think that's really important. Moving on, having a strong friendship unit with other strong women who show and teach you different perspectives. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna go back to when I was really young. I went to this summer camp. I love summer camps growing up, especially this one. We would go to like water parks, and it was just really fun. And I met an amazing girl, and we'd see each other every summer. Her name was Alexandra. We got along because we liked making friendship bracelets, so I guess it was just easy for us to just connect on that level. We just wanted to run around, socialize. At the end, I remember we'd always sign up for this showcase that they would have at the end of the summer camp. And memory lane, we danced to Sierra's song, 1 2 Step. Yeah, those were good memories. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, good times. Oh my god, I forgot what. Okay, so going back to the main point is, it was really easy for me to make friends. I'm a girl's girl. I just love connecting on that aspect with other women. And looking at things now, I have really solid relationships with my close-knit of friends. I have a solid like 5, I would say. And you guys know who you are, okay? I love you guys with all my heart. 2 of them are in the DR. one of them I recently met, and I love her to death. And she's my prima. Let's just put it that way. And the other girls I've known for a really long time, since high school. So this is like 10 plus years of friendship. And what's important here is the fact that they've been so loyal. I've been through different types of hardships where I felt like I couldn't lean on anyone, and they taught me how to lean on others when it's necessary, and that it's okay to be vulnerable. I think that's super important when it comes to a friendship. Yeah, I just love them. I love them. I love them so. I love you guys so much. Osmani, you know, love you, girl. And my other girl, we're texting. The last text she sent was, yesterday was such a nice day, because I sent her a picture of me going on a run/walk. Every time we link up, it's like we just never forget about each other. And my other one, she's a mommy. I learn a lot from her, perspective-wise. She's my soul tie. Yeah, that's what we refer to each other. That's what we refer each other as. Yeah, I just love them so much. So, friendships with women are important. We definitely have had like disagreements, but I think that in the end, like, our respect towards each other is what truly matters here. As a woman, I think it's important to always acknowledge. I like to wake up in the morning, make myself some coffee, tune into a podcast, and that podcast could be about anything. I'm really into psychological topics, so that's where I'm currently at. That's where I've been at for a while. I like tuning into, advice about relationships and things like that, and how to be self-dependable and other things like that. Moving on, I think it's really important to have self-respect. If you don't have self-respect, let's see, like, I'll give you the example, since I debrief on relationships a lot, like, let me tie it into, like, okay, yeah, relationships, where if you're, relationships and, like, work experiences, I think it's a good one. So recently, I resigned from a position because things were just not aligning in the way that I thought that made sense in my mind. Let's just keep it very simple. And I was like, I can't change another human being's mind at this point. We're on two different levels, like, mentality-wise. I definitely had the respect towards that way of thinking. I just think, like, I had to remove myself. That's the key part here, where the self-respect, I think, comes from, like, you realizing, like, okay, maybe I thought I could make a change in this environment, in this relationship, and clearly I can't, and I don't want to, like, exhaust myself by doing so. So maybe I just don't fit here. Maybe this is not, like, I can't fit myself as a circle into, like, a triangle, you know what I mean? So that's how I approach a lot of different scenarios. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it works for me. And I just wanted that visual out there. But also when it comes to, like, intimate relationships, for example, I got cheated on, and I was like, okay. There was a time I was so young and just naive, like, I was like, oh, I'll just give them another chance. And, like, little did I know, I should have taken into account we're both young. There's no finger pointing. Nobody did anything wrong. I just think that maybe it was timing and like us being so close connected with each other, just it was not gonna work. Like it was pretty much dead. So I had to remove myself from that situation. So never forget your self-respect, ladies, and do what's best for you. That's important. Let's see. This is a quote that I just remember and I keep at the back of my conscious, which is to observe and not absorb. I used to be somebody who was really sensitive and like take a lot of things personally. And I learned that some things are not as deep as what some things are just not as deep, and like my dad just says to me like keep things simple, and it's just a lot better. It works a lot better. There's a difference between not caring and then keeping things simple, so I just want to emphasize that. So keeping things simple is keeping your peace. Yeah. Let's see. Something that I think is really important to incorporate is working out when you can. I understand people have busy schedules and things of that nature. The past 3 months, I had the luxury of working out every single day. So it just reminded me how much importance there is when it comes to building a strong mindset, and having a healthy body and eating healthy. It really grounds you and molds you into a beautiful person, so that way you can show up for the best version of you, and show up as a good human being for those you care about. Yeah, very important. And I mean, I'm not saying like go to the gym and like lift 140, like not right away at least. Like, you know, go on a hot girl walk, or like go on like a 2-mile run and like have a pace at like 14 minutes per mile. Like it doesn't have, don't overthink it. Like just do it and feel good about it for yourself, most importantly. Next thing is being a planner and staying organized has helped me in the long run in life, and I think that's super important. Some people are a little more meticulous about that, so like having a calendar, having like when I worked with different executives, for example, like that's something that is needed to construct the rest of their day. So like by the hour it'd be like meeting after meeting after meeting, hit the gym, like lunch, dinner dates, like so many different things. I like that. I think that works out for me. So I would say, find things that work for you. Let's see. Having good hygiene, that's so important, ladies. I can't emphasize that enough. Like staying tidy in the house is also a good one. But make sure you bring like a breath mint, some deodorant with you, extra things that you need during your monthly cycle, just things like that. Moving on, maintaining healthy relationships with your family is super critical. I think that I learned over time that I need my family and I love my family and they're my heart, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's just super important to have those healthy relationships and boundaries with your family and to connect with them on a given basis. So I just wanted to say thank you for those who are watching my channel, subscribe, and we'll talk again. Send me your thoughts, tea, stories to my email. Bye.